Shimon Bar Yochai, V'amartem Koi Lechoi, Rabbi Shimon Tzadikoi.
In today's passage from the Zohar, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai discusses and raves about the tremendous value that the Almighty holds for our new personal Torah insights. And as we will soon learn in great detail, there is a very significant advantage to the personal Torah insights that one derives in the secrets of the Torah, as compared to the personal insights that one derives while learning the revealed portions of the Torah. Our passage from the Zohar describes in great depth how our personal Torah insights ascend from one level to the next in the spiritual worlds. And although in describing so, Rabbi Shimon mentions many deep Kabbalistic concepts, such as the various Sefirot and Partzufim, nevertheless, I believe that even those who are not yet familiar with these deep concepts will also derive great benefit by learning this remarkable Zohar passage, as by doing so, we'll all come to appreciate just how precious and just how cherished our personal Torah insights really are to the Almighty, and ever the more so when it comes to our personal insights in the secrets of the Torah. By keeping the message of our Zohar passage in mind, we'll surely be aroused to pay even closer attention to the details of the Holy Torah that we learn, and will hopefully merit to derive new insights of our own. Bereshit. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai begins with the word Bereshit, although he discusses it only much later in page 5 of the Zohar, following today's passage of the Zohar. However, in the meantime, Rabbi Shimon Patach. Rabbi Shimon opens today's passage by discussing the secret of a verse in the book of Yeshaya, in chapter 51, verse 16. Va'asim devorai beficha, and I will place my word in your mouth. And the verse ends off by saying, Uvtzel yadi kisiticha, lintoa shamayim velisod aretz. And I will cover you with the shadow of my hand, in order to plant the heavens and lay down the foundation of the land. As we progress onwards, we'll come to appreciate which heavens and which land the verse was alluding to, in light of the content of our Zohar passage. For that reason, Rabbi Shimon preempts, Kama itlei levarnash lishtadela beoraita yemama veleileya. Let us take to heart what a great effort one must invest in his Torah learning days upon nights. That is to say, that one should try as hard as he can to learn Torah by paying careful attention to all its details and attempt to come up with his very own Torah insights based on the content of the Torah that he learns. As the Almighty receives great pleasure from our personal Torah insights. By all means, each and every single one of us has the ability to generate his very own personal Torah insights that Moshe Rabbeinu was not allowed to reveal till now. Begin the Gutsha Berichu Tzayit Lekol Hon Deinun Demitaskei Beoraita. Because the Almighty listens and pays great attention to the voice of all those who toil in the Holy Torah. Ubechol milah ditchadash beoraita, and from each and every word that is innovated by one's personal insights in the secrets of the Holy Torah, al yeda dehahu tishtadal beoraita, by one who toils in the learning of the Holy Torah, avad reki'ah chada, the Almighty makes one reki'ah, i.e., one heaven, so to speak, from each and every word that is innovated in the secrets of the Torah. How should we understand the phenomenon which the Zohar calls Rakia? As we know, physical heavens as well as the rest of our physical world were created by combining the Hebrew letters of the Torah. Similarly, when one learns the secrets of the Holy Torah in a state of purity and sanctity, the Almighty takes the letters of His new Torah insights and creates with them new spiritual heavens, so to speak. These are the Reki'im. And as we'll soon learn in today's portion of the Zohar, these newly created spiritual heavens are actually the Kabbalistic concept known as Orot Mekifim, i.e., spiritual light that surrounds the Parsuf known as Ze'er Anpin. In a different fashion, we could explain the concept of these new heavens, what the Zohar calls Rekia, as follows. As we know, the Torah was handed to the nation of Israel with many hidden aspects to it. If so, then we could think of the Torah as being crumbled up, so to speak, with many hidden aspects lying inside of its creases. Therefore, whenever one comes along and reveals new insights of the Torah, by doing so, he, so to speak, stretches out the previously crumbled up Torah with regards to that particular aspect that he just revealed. Indeed, in Hebrew, the concept known as Rekia describes something which is stretched out. The best example for that is the Rekia that was created in the second day of creation, which the Almighty stretched from one end of the world to the other in order to differentiate between the heavens and the earth. The Zohar continues. Tenan, we learned וההיא שעתה דמילה דאורייתא התחדשת מפומי דבר נש. At the moment that a new Torah insight exits one's mouth, here Rabbi Shimon stresses that one must pronounce the words of the Holy Torah with his mouth, as it is not sufficient to merely entertain the Torah thoughts in our mind, as the Talmud stresses in Masechet Eruvin. Before elaborating about what happens when one innovates new Torah insights in the secrets of the Torah, Rabbi Shimon first describes what the Almighty does with all types of new Torah insights. That is to say, even in the revealed portions of the Torah. And later on, Rabbi Shimon will accentuate the great advantage that new Torah insights in the secrets of the Torah have over the new Torah insights in the revealed portions of the Torah. Hahi milah salka. The word of the new Torah insight that leaves one's mouth ascends to the spiritual worlds. Whenever the Kabbalistic literature speaks of ascending, it is referring to the concept called Maim Nukevin, which is essentially the awakening of the Jewish people down here in the physical world towards the spiritual realm above us. Inasmuch, the Zohar describes here how the word of the new Torah insight, so to speak, ascends to the spiritual realm. Ve'it atedat kamei tekutsha berichu. And this Torah word stands before the Almighty, so to speak. However, you should know that generally speaking, when the Holy Zohar uses the term Kutra Brichu with regards to the Almighty, it is referring specifically to the Parsuf known as Ze'er Anpin. Inasmuch that in our specific case, the term before Kutra Brichu was said in reference to the Parsuf which stands before Ze'er Anpin. And which Parsuf is that? This is the Parsuf known as the female counterpart of Ze'er Anpin, Nukva de Kutra Brichu, which is actually the lowest Parsuf in Olam HaAtzilut. In telling us so, the Zohar teaches us here that new insights in the revealed portions of the Torah can ascend only to the lowest part of Olam HaAtzilut, unlike the new insights in the secrets of the Torah, which have the ability to ascend all the way up to the very top of Olam HaAtzilut. וקודשה בריחו נטיל לההי מילה ונשיק להה. Once the word of the new Torah insight reaches Olam HaAtzilut, then Kudsha Berichu, which is a synonym for Partzuf Ze'er and Pin, as we learned, takes this Torah word and kisses it, so to speak. This proverbial kiss is an allusion to the Kabbalistic concept known as the light that comes from the spiritual union called Neshikin between Partzuf Ze'er and Pin and his female counterpart, which is essentially light from the first three Sefirot, Chokhmah, Binah, and Da'at, what the Kabbalistic literature calls Mochin. Va'atar la v'shiv'ein iterin. Not only that, but Partzuf Ze'er and Pin also adorns the word of this precious Torah insight with 70 crowns. These 70 crowns are an allusion to additional spiritual light from the 7 bottom Sefirot of Partzuf Ze'er and Pin, which are Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. Since each one of these 7 bottom Sefirot is made out of 10 private Sefirot, therefore the Zohar describes this accumulative spiritual light as 70 crowns, so to speak, that Partzuf Ze'er and Pin adorns the word of the Torah insight with. If so, then at this point, this word has received light from all 10 Sefirot of Partzuf Ze'er and Pin. Rabbi Shimon adds that the words of the new Torah insight also become Galifin Umchakekan, i.e., they are marked and carved before the Almighty. Here the Zohar tells us that after the words of the new Torah insight receive spiritual light from Partzuf Ze'er and Pin, they continue to receive light from 2 higher Partzufim, namely from Partzuf Abba and from Partzuf Ima, as the term Galifin alludes to Partzuf Abba, while the term Umchakekan alludes to Partzuf Ima. As we prefaced, all of these spiritual lights are illuminated upon the words of the new insights, even in the revealed portions of the Torah. Now, Rabbi Shimon proceeds to describe the great advantage that new Torah insights in the secrets of the Torah have over the new insights that one innovates in the revealed portions of the Torah. Umila de chochmeta deitchadesha. But when a word is innovated in the secrets of the Torah, what we call Kabbalah, Salka v'yatva al reisha de tzadik chai al min. This word ascends to the spiritual realm and sits on top of the head of Tzadik Chai HaOlamim, so to speak, which is a synonym for the Sefirah called Yesod of Partzuf Ze'er and Pin. As we know, the Sefirah called Yesod is the Sefirah with which Partzuf Ze'er and Pin unites with its female counterpart. Inasmuch, the Zohar alludes to the fact that the words of the new Torah insights in the secrets of the Torah arouse the union of Kudsha Brichu Ushchintei, i.e., of Partzuf Ze'er and Pin, and his female counterpart, which is the holy Shekhinah. However, to differentiate, although, as we learned, the words of the new Torah insights in the revealed portions of the Torah also ascend to the holy Shekhinah, nevertheless, they do not necessarily arouse the holy union of Kudsha Brichu Ushchintei, i.e., of Partzuf Ze'er and Pin, and the holy Shekhinah, which is the union which the Jewish nation is desperately lacking in the midst of our long exile. Returning to our discussion regarding the word of the new insight in the secrets of the Holy Torah, the Zohar adds that after ascending to the Yesod of Partzuf Ze'er and Pin, V'tasa mitaman, V'shata b'shav'in elef almin. this word continues to, so to speak, fly and ascend even higher in the spiritual realm as it floats around 70,000 spiritual worlds. The number 70,000 is an allusion to Parsuf Ima, which is often associated with the number 7. In a different fashion, we can explain that this number is an allusion to the 7 bottom Sefirot of Parsuf Arich Anpin, which is actually an even higher Parsuf than Abba and Ima. Since we often find that Parsuf Arich Anpin is associated with the concept of thousands, and since every single one of his 7 bottom Sefirot is comprised out of 10 private Sefirot, therefore 7 times 10 times 1,000 equals exactly 70,000. Indeed, as the Zohar tells us over here, this is the number of spiritual worlds that the word of the new insight in the secrets of the Torah ascends to. But not only that, Vesalekat legabei atik yumin. From there, the word of the new insight in the secrets of the Torah ascends even higher, all the way up to Parsuf Atik Yumin, which is the highest Parsuf in Olam HaAtzilut. V'chol milin de'atik Yumin, and all the words and all the matters that have to do with Parsuf Atik Yumin, milin de'chochmeta inun berazin setimin ilain, are necessarily words of deep hidden wisdom in the secrets of the Holy Torah. This is why only words of new Torah insights in the learning of Kabbalah have the ability to ascend all the way up to Parsuf Atik Yumin. Rabbi Shimon continues to describe what happens with the word of a new insight in the secrets of the Holy Torah. Ve'ahi milah setima dechochmeta ditchadeshat hacha. And the hidden word that is innovated in the wisdom of the secrets of the Torah, kad salka, as it ascends, it chaberat be'inun milin datik yumin. This word conjoins with the secrets of Parsuf Atik Yumin, and in doing so, it receives great illumination. Vesalka v'nachata bahadayu. And then this word ascends and descends along with the secrets of Parsuf Atik Yumin. In doing so, this word receives plenty of spiritual bounty, which it eventually brings down to our physical world. Ve'alat betamnesar almin genizin. Next, the word that was innovated in the secrets of the Torah ascends and enters what the Zohar calls 18 hidden worlds, which alludes to the internality of the Yesod of Parsuf Ima. As the Zohar clarifies, Parsuf Ima is alluded to in a verse in the prophecy of Yeshaya in chapter 64, verse 3. De'ain lo ra'ata Elokim zulatecha. Literally, a world which nobody besides the Almighty has ever seen. The purpose of this ascension into the Yesod of Parsuf Ima is in order to arouse the holy union of Parsuf Ima with her male counterpart, which is Parsuf Abba. Following that, Nafkei Mitaman, the words that were innovated in the secrets of the Torah, exit the Yesod of Parsuf Ima, Veshatan, and cruise around the other worlds inside of Parsuf Ima and Parsuf Abba, Ve'atiyan Mele'an Ushleimin, and arrive complete and wholesome. That is to say, if the words that were innovated in the secrets of the Torah are lacking something in any way, then the Almighty Himself completes and perfects these words so that they conform to the true depth of the Holy Torah. Veit atedu kamei atik yumin. Then these completed and perfected words in the secrets of the Torah arrive and, so to speak, stand before Partsuf Atik Yomin. Ve'ahi sha'ata arach Atik Yomin b'hai milah. At that moment, Partsuf Atik Yomin, so to speak, smells the word that was innovated in the secrets of the Torah in order to inspect and evaluate the extent to which this word was innovated with the pure intention of learning L'Shem Shamayim, i.e., for the sake of heaven, that is to say, without any side intentions and haughtiness. And if indeed that Torah word does find favor in the Almighty's eyes, then Venicha Kamei Mikola. The Almighty has more pleasure from that word than from any other mitzvah that comes before Him. Why is that? Because the act of learning the secrets of the Holy Torah is extremely precious in the eyes of the Almighty. In fact, there is no other mitzvah that compares to the great value of the learning of Kabbalah. Then, Natil lehahi milah ve'a'atar lah bitlat me'ah ve'shiv'in elef iterin. The Almighty takes the word that was innovated in the secrets of the Torah and adorns it with 370,000 crowns. What does this number represent? The number 300 alludes to the first three sefirot of Partsuf Atik Yomin, which are Chokhmah, Bina, and Da'at. That is to say, each one of these first three sefirot illuminate that Torah word with spiritual light. Meanwhile, the number 70 alludes to the bottom 7 sefirot of Partsuf Atik Yomin, which are Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. To say that these 7 bottom sefirot also illuminate the Torah word with spiritual light. And as you noticed, all of these numbers are multiplied by 1,000, for the fact that in Kabbalistic literature each Partsuf is represented either by the singles unit, or by the tens unit, or by the hundreds unit, or by the thousands unit. In our case, the Zohar is currently referring to Partsuf Atik Yomin, which is the highest of all Partsufim, and is therefore represented by the unit of thousands. Following that, Hahi Milah Tasat Vesalka. That word ascends in order to receive even more spiritual bounty and strength. Venachata Vit'avida Reki'ah Chada. And then descends. In the merit of all the spiritual bounty and strength that this word has obtained, it proceeds to form one new Rakia, which alludes to the secret known as Or Mekif, i.e., a spiritual light that surrounds Partsuf Se'er Anpin. In fact, whenever we find the concept of Rakia, it is somehow referring to a surrounding object, such as the blue Rakia, i.e., the sky that surrounds our physical earth. V'chen kol milah umilah dechokmeta it avadin rakiin. Indeed, every single word which is innovated in the secrets of the Holy Torah ascends to form a new spiritual rakia. Kayemin bekiyuma shelim kamei atik yomin. And these new rekiim, so to speak, stand full stature before Partsuf Atik Yomin. V'hu kareilon shamayim chadashim. And Partsuf Atik Yomin calls them shamayim chadashim, i.e., new heavens. That is to say, mechudashim, setimin terazin dechokmeta ila'ah. Innovated hidden heavens, as after all, These heavens were created by the learning of the hidden wisdom of Kabbalah, the secrets of the Holy Torah. Now, Rabbi Shimon shifts the focus to the new insights that are innovated in the revealed portions of the Torah. V'chol inun she'ar milin de'oraita debidchadeshin, and all the other words of Torah which are innovated, i.e., in the revealed portions of the Torah, as we prefaced, ka'imin kamei kutsha berichu, stand before the Almighty, who is currently called Kudusha Berichu, which is a synonym for Partzuf Ze'er Anpin. Vesalkin v'itavidu artzot hachayim, and ascend to become what the Zohar calls Artzot hachayim. The literal translation of Artzot hachayim is the land of the living. However, in our case, Artzot hachayim is a synonym for the different spiritual lights that the Malchut receives thanks to these new Torah words. This is why the Zohar specifically said that these Torah words stand before Kutsha B'richu, in reference to the Malchut, which is the Partzuf that stands before Partzuf Ze'er Anpin, as we learned before. According to that, the Zohar continues to describe how Venachatin u'mitaterin legabei Eretz Chad, how these words of Torah then descend to crown Eretz Chad, which is the above-mentioned Malchut, which is the recipient of all of the spiritual bounty. Ve'it Chadash ve'it Avid kola Eretz Chadasha. As a result, the Malchut is renewed, so to speak, and becomes what the Zohar calls here Eretz Chadasha. Mehahi milah de'it Chadash be'oraita. And all of this spiritual bounty and renewal is thanks to the word of the Torah insight that was innovated, as we learned. Ve'alda ketiv, and regarding the secrets that we learned in our Zohar passage, the verse in the book of Yeshaya, in chapter 66, verse 22 states, Ki ha'asher hashamayim hachadashim, as the new heavens, referring to the new Rekiyim that are created thanks to the new Torah insights in the secrets of the Torah, Ve'ha'aretz ha'chadasha asher ani oseh, and the new land which I create, in reference to the new lands which are created thanks to the new Torah insights in the revealed portions of the Torah, Omdim lefanai ve'gomer. And the verse continues, stand before me. Now Rabbi Shimon focuses on the precise wording of this verse. Asiti lo ketiv ela oseh. The verse did not state asiti, i.e., I created in the past tense, but rather oseh, I create in the present tense. From this precise choice of words, we learn the Avid Tadir Me'inun Chidushin Verazin Deoraita, that the Almighty constantly creates new heavens, so to speak, from the innovations in the secrets of the Torah, as well as new lands, so to speak, from the innovations in the revealed parts of the Torah. Ve'alda ketiv, and having learned all of this, we can finally return full circle and appreciate the verse that Rabbi Shimon opened our Zohar passage with. This was the verse from the prophecy of Yeshaya in chapter 51, verse 16. Va'asim devarai beficha, and I will place my words in your mouth, referring to the Torah insights that one utters using his mouth. Uvtzel yadi kisiticha lintoa shamayim velisod aretz, and I will cover you with the shade of my hand to plant heavens and to lay the foundation of the land. When we carefully inspect the precise wording of this verse, we learn that Ha-shamayim lo ketiv, ela shamayim. The verse does not state Ha-shamayim, literally the heavens, which would imply that the verse was referring to the familiar physical heavens that we see above our heads, but rather the verse states Shamayim, referring to other forms of heavens, namely the new spiritual heavens that are created when one innovates a new Torah insight in the secrets of the Torah. Having learned today's passage of the Zohar, we must know and take to heart that although in our passage Rabbi Shimon praises and raves about the importance and great value of the new Torah insights that one comes up with in the study of Kabbalah, nevertheless, later on in the Zohar, we learn a very clear warning against innovating such Torah insights unless one first proceeded to learn clear introductions and preliminary principles in the learning of Kabbalah from his rabbi. By all means, every word that is innovated in the study of Kabbalah must necessarily be well founded upon the edifice that one received from his reputable Kabbalah teacher. With all that said, as the Zohar clearly stated in our passage, after one has indeed received and properly understood his rabbi's introductions and preliminary principles in the study of Kabbalah, from then on, that person is not only permitted, but actually encouraged to add and build on top of his rabbi's introductions by refining what they learned together in the past. Only such responsible innovations in the study of Kabbalah ascend to the spiritual realm and become new spiritual heavens, or new Rekiyim, as we learned in today's passage of the Zohar. With that in mind, I bless all of us to merit learning and understanding all the different parts of the Holy Torah, and that will merit to innovate true and responsible insights in our learning, with the pure intention of pleasing the Almighty, who chose us from all the nations of the world and gave us His Holy Torah.
ואמרתם כה לכוי, רבי שמעון בר יוחאי, ואמרתם כה לכוי, רבי שמעון צדיקוי.